What's up, man? You already know it is the big boss out, boss dog, Cape Ho through the dope. Here to talk this boxing, man. I felt the need to talk about this. I'm on my way to work. A lot of the time I do my videos in the car, so that's why y'all see my face. But yeah, man, we talking about Errol Spence. And we talk about the Errol Spence hate, man. Now, I don't see how or why you can hate on a fighter like Errol Spence. He wants to fight the best. He want all the smoke, you know. I mean, he a champion, and normally when guys become champions, they typically, you know, lose that hunger and that drive. And Errol Spence still with the smoke. He still wanna fight the best, you know. And me, I'm a fan of boxing, so you gotta respect a guy who ain't afraid or who keeping that same energy when it pertains to fighting the top guys. I mean, Errol Spence basically saying that, hey, I still want the smoke. You know, although I've been in my accident, I don't want no tune-up. I want to get in there and I want to fight the best. You gotta respect a guy like that, man. You know what I mean? Like, you have to. You can't just sit there and be like, oh, he doesn't want to fight the best. You know, because I hear people saying, oh, he wants to fight the top guys. He don't want to take a tune-up because he don't want to get beat. You know, he don't want to see he don't want to get beat by, you know, a no-name guy. So he rather just get paid, you know, get a payday and get beat than, you know, be in there with a guy who's, you know, not supposedly on his level. That's bullshit to me. You know what I mean? This man wants to smoke because he beat Sean Porter. All right, you hear some people talking about, some people saying, oh, they had Sean Porter up, or he was getting beat by Sean Porter. I didn't see that. Okay. If you look at I went back and watched that Sean Porter fight many times. I watched it, you know, when the fight happened. I ordered the pay-per-view. I watched it. Okay, I watched it many times after that because I study boxers. You know what I'm saying? I box myself, so I study boxers and see what tools I can use. You know what I'm saying, to up my game. And I saw a lot of tit for tat stuff, but I also saw Sean Porter muffling his work. And what I mean by that is Sean Porter, he'll get too close to the point where if you want to throw a combination, it's not clear, snappy punches. You know what I mean? Now, don't get it twisted. He had rounds where he was snapping Errol's head back and things like that, but a lot of the rounds he was muffling his work. You know, and that's typically what Sean Porter does. He muffles his work. If Sean Porter knows how to gauge distance better, and that's the problem. He doesn't gauge distance right to throw certain combinations. If he gauges distance correctly, he'll be able to, you know, get his work off good. You know, and I'm talking about mainly headshots, not body work. You know, because body work, you can get as close as you need to be. You know what I mean? But what I'm saying is that he muffled a lot of his work in the Errol Spence fight. So that's why, like, you know, I was like, okay, he didn't really hurt Errol. You know what I'm saying? I didn't see Errol Spence hurt not one time in that fight. But Errol hurt Sean Porter on that knockdown. He just did just enough to get that knockdown. Now, if they would have went the whole fight without the knockdown, I would have had it a draw. I'm not gonna lie, I would have had it a draw. But to say Sean Porter was up, I disagree with that. You could have went with a draw without the knockdown. You know what I mean? And I can say that I even disagree with how Errol Spence fought Sean Porter. You know what I mean? The game plan was, Errol tried to show Sean Porter that he was a dog. Which we all know that. Okay? We all know that you're a dog. We all know you that dude. But I feel like he could have fought Sean Porter smarter. Maybe use that game plan against Mikey Garcia against Sean Porter. You get what I mean? So, but it just shows how versatile he is as a fighter. You know what I mean? It just shows, because Errol Spence can box, Errol Spence can brawl, Errol Spence can do it all. You never really see his face knotted up. I mean, this Sean Porter fight, you saw his face a little more knotted up than usual. But other than that, you rarely see Errol Spence's face, you know, and any knotted up or anything like that. You rarely see it. You know, so I understand the Errol Spence hate. This guy's like, if you want to talk about a perfect, I won't say perfect champion, but you want to talk about a guy who reflects a champion that everybody will want to see win, that's Errol Spence. You know what I mean? I study him because of it, because how technical he is and how he does a lot of stuff well. He doesn't do flashy stuff. You get what I mean? He doesn't do a lot of, you know, like Terrence Crawford. He does a lot of flashy stuff. You know what I mean? Does a whole lot of flashy stuff, whole lot of, okay, I'm gonna slip this punch, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna switch to southpaw. You know, he does a lot of that. Errol ain't doing that. Errol just gonna beat the brakes off of you. You know what I mean? Errol can box you. Errol can do it all. You know what I mean? But his style is different. He got a different style, and you know, you gotta respect it, man. You gotta respect it. You know what I mean? So I'm looking forward to Errol when he come back. You know, you got a lot of people saying he might lose to Danny Garcia. I disagree with that. I think Danny Garcia is a good fighter. He's a counterpuncher though. You know what I mean? Good counterpuncher, strong, but Danny Garcia's feet is slow. That's one thing I can say about Danny. His feet is slow and he fights flat-footed. Okay? So Errol, I feel like Errol gonna be all over. I can see Errol potentially stopping Danny Garcia. You know? I can see Errol stopping Danny Garcia. You know, maybe in 9th or 10th round. You know? And it's not to say that Danny Garcia sucks, nothing like that. Danny Garcia is a great champion. I still would think Danny Garcia is a great fighter, a champion. Although he doesn't physically have a belt, I still call him a champion because this guy, you know, his losses, he didn't just get knocked out or destroyed. They were controversial. You get what I mean? So, I still think Danny Garcia is a champion. But I see Errol just breaking him down, man. Like I said, Danny Garcia is going to come out. He does start fighting slow. You know? But I just see Errol breaking him down to the body. A lot of guys don't do that to Danny Garcia. Danny Garcia, you know, he knows what people are going to do. You know, and I mean, Sean Porter didn't do that. Headhunted for Danny Garcia. Keith Thurman, headhunted. And Keith Thurman actually hurt Danny Garcia. You know what I mean? But I just think that Errol's going to do it different. Errol's going to break him down. Now, would I be shocked if Danny Garcia beat Errol Spence? No. Because Danny Garcia is a top elite welterweight. Don't get it twisted. But like I keep saying, I just see Errol Spence breaking down Danny Garcia. That's just what I see. I see Errol going to the body, slowing him down even more, and just punishing him. You know, that's just what I see. You know? But like I said, I wouldn't be shocked if Danny Garcia beats Errol Spence. But I just don't personally see it happening. You know? But, Errol, and then another thing, Errol is in shape. This accident has made him focus. You know what I mean? For one, it made him realize, you know, the opportunity he has platform he has. It helps him realize, you know, how blessed he is. You know, he has 2 beautiful daughters, you know, all that. You know, his family. It just made him put stuff in perspective. And I just think Errol, you know, he's back locked in, he's motivated, and he's inspired to be the best. And think about it, Errol beat these guys while ballooning up to 190 at weight, and you know, in weight before, you know, in his off season. And he spent majority of his camp trying to lose weight. Now he don't have to do that. All Errol gotta do now is, if he get down to 157, he can just focus on his technique, because you're gonna lose the weight in camp. You're gonna lose the weight in camp. You're doing 10 pounds. If you're losing just 10 pounds, you're gonna lose the weight in camp. So after us, just maintain it. He can focus on his strength, you know, building strength. He can focus on his technique, all that fun stuff. So I'm eager to see what Errol Spence is gonna do. I'm eager to see, you know, what he's gonna look like in the ring. You know, me personally, I think Errol gonna come back better than before. I just said what I said. I did what I did. Like, comment, subscribe,